Did you know that the human brain, often called the most intricate organ known to man, is a true testament to the wonders of nature and, for many, the divine hand of God? This complex network of neurons and synapses is not just a passive processor. It is a dynamic, constantly evolving entity that continues to adapt throughout our lives. Neuroplasticity, or the brain's ability to reorganize by forming new neural connections, challenges the old belief that the brain is static after childhood. This malleability suggests an inherent grace similar to the mercy and boundless adaptability we associate with God, allowing for second chances, growth, and redemption. For centuries, many have seen the brain as the seat of the soul, the point of connection between our mortal existence and the divine. As written in Romans, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Given its dynamic nature, could the ever-evolving pathways of the brain serve as channels for God's messages? If God, in His infinite wisdom, created humanity in His image, then the brain's capacity to change and grow might reflect the very dynamic nature of God. As our experiences shape and reconfigure our brains, are we also tuning in more closely to God's frequency, receiving wisdom and guidance through this divine neural dance? Ancient scriptures like the Vedas, the Torah, and the Quran deeply resonate with themes of metamorphosis, rejuvenation, and the relentless quest for wisdom. The adaptability of the human brain, its ability to forge new pathways, learn from experiences, and even heal from trauma, seems to align with these spiritual principles. If the brain can form new paths, learn from experiences, and heal trauma, then surely it is plausible that this same organ is designed to receive and understand divine communications. Have you ever wondered how your choices and environments influence your brain and, consequently, your spiritual connection? By seeking wisdom, embracing patience, and fostering love, are we paving our path to God, both spiritually and cerebrally? Let's explore these fascinating questions together. You know, when I stop to think about the complexity of the human brain, I am in awe. It is truly the most intricate organ we know. Every time I read about its functions and capabilities, I feel like I'm exploring an entire universe within our heads. It's no wonder that many see the brain as a testament to the wonders of nature and, for others, a true divine work of God. The complexity of its neural networks and the precision with which it operates really makes us reflect on how small we are in the face of something so grand. Neuroplasticity is another fascinating aspect. The brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections is simply amazing. For a long time, it was believed that the brain was static after childhood, but science has shown that it is much more malleable than we imagined. This ability to adapt and change not only challenges that old belief, but also gives us hope. It shows us that regardless of age, we always have the possibility of growth and redemption. It's as if our brain is always ready to start over, if we allow it. Speaking of the brain as the seat of the soul is something that really moves me. The connection between our mortal existence and the divine is a profound theme that leads us to reflect on the purpose and meaning of life. There is a Bible passage in Romans that speaks about the renewal of the mind, and it makes me think about how our choices and thoughts can bring us closer or further away from a full and spiritual life. In this sense, the brain is not just a physical organ, but a channel through which we can seek and receive divine guidance. It's as if our mind is a fertile field, ready to be cultivated with wisdom, love, and faith. This capacity of the brain for transformation and divine reception is something that fascinates me. Science has shown that our brain is always evolving, creating new connections, and this, to me, reflects the dynamic nature of God. It's as if we are constantly adjusting our internal antennas to capture spiritual messages, refining our ability to hear and understand the divine. And it's not just about the brain structure, but also about our experiences and the environment we live in. Every choice we make, every environment we put ourselves in, shapes our brain in subtle and profound ways. I think that's where our quest for wisdom, patience, and love comes in. These values are like sculptors, shaping our minds to make us more receptive and harmonious. The power of words and emotions also cannot be underestimated. The words we hear and say have a direct impact on the formation of our neural pathways. Positive and encouraging words can literally reshape our brain, creating an internal architecture more receptive to the divine. On the other hand, negative words can create barriers, making this spiritual communication more difficult. That's why I believe in the importance of cultivating a positive and uplifting vocabulary. The emotions we feel also play a vital role in our spiritual receptivity. Negative emotional states, such as anger and sadness, can create a kind of noise hindering our ability to hear God's voice. Positive emotions, such as joy and gratitude, open pathways facilitating this connection. The relationship between neuroscience and spirituality is an area that intrigues me deeply. I see the brain as evidence of divine design. The law of cause and effect that we observe at the neurological level also applies to our spiritual life. Every choice we make has repercussions, both in our mind and our soul. And the law of adaptation, which allows our brain to grow and change, is a reflection of our capacity for spiritual growth. Free will is another crucial aspect. Our choices shape our neural pathways and, consequently, our spiritual life. The conscious exercise of free will is fundamental to a rich and rewarding spiritual existence. Every decision we make is an opportunity to shape our brain and our soul positively. The growth and renewal of the brain, like dendritic growth and neurogenesis, have clear parallels with spiritual renewal. Just as our brain can continue to grow and adapt, our spiritual life can also be constantly renewed. Of course, there are challenges and external influences we need to face. We live in a world full of distractions and temptations, and navigating this requires conscious effort. The law of deviation teaches us that even when we stray from the path, there are always new opportunities for growth and spiritual renewal. And perhaps most importantly, it's the resilience we develop through trials. Difficult and intense experiences often stimulate the most growth in our brain and our faith. These tribulations refine our character, strengthening our resilience and deepening our spirituality. The harmony between science and faith is, for me, a harmonious dance. The brain's complexities and spiritual insights enrich each other, creating a symphony of understanding and growth. By tuning our mind and soul, we become more receptive to divine messages, living a fuller and more meaningful life. Now, think with me. If the human brain is so impressive and adaptable, capable of reorganizing and learning throughout life, how does this reflect on our spiritual journey? Neuroplasticity not only challenges the belief that the brain is static after childhood, but also suggests divine grace, a continuous second chance for growth and redemption. Isn't that simply fascinating? The Bible, in Romans 12 verse 2, tells us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." This indicates that our ability to change and evolve mentally is a reflection of the very dynamic nature of God. And if our brain, with its ever-evolving pathways, were a channel for divine messages, if God, in His infinite wisdom, created us in His image, then the brain's ability to change and grow could be a reflection of this divine nature. Imagine for a moment, our brains molding from our experiences, tuning more closely to God's frequency, receiving wisdom and guidance through this divine neural dance. Ancient scriptures, like the Vedas, the Torah, and the Quran, deeply resonate with themes of metamorphosis, rejuvenation, and the relentless quest for wisdom. The adaptability of the human brain, its ability to learn and even heal from trauma, seems to be in harmony with these spiritual principles. And if we consider our choices and environments, just as we are spiritually advised to seek good company and avoid harmful influences, our brains thrive or diminish based on our decisions and environments. Spiritually, seeking wisdom, embracing patience, and fostering love can be paths to God. Neurologically, these positive pursuits can sculpt our brain, reinforcing the idea that our journey to divinity is both spiritual and cerebral. Let's go deeper. The words we choose, both for others and ourselves, hold immense power. In John, we read, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Words have a divine essence, and this sacred connection between words and God is evident in various faith traditions. When we speak with love, kindness, and understanding, we pave paths of light, opening our hearts and minds to divine resonance. Conversely, Words laden with malice or disdain can cloud our perception and stifle our spiritual growth. And it's not just about words. Our emotions also play a crucial role. The emotional brain, the limbic system, is in constant fluctuation, influenced by the world around us. These emotions, whether fleeting or lasting, profoundly affect our spiritual receptivity. A heart laden with resentment or anger may struggle to find solace in divine communication, while a heart at peace can more easily tune into God's whispers. And with that in mind, think about your own emotions. How are they influencing your connection with the divine? How can you calm the internal storms to better hear God's messages? Furthermore, modern neuroscience shows us that our words affect our emotional well-being. When we are tempted to respond with anger, it is essential to remember that the impact of these words is not limited to the receiver. The speaker also bears the weight. In such moments, seeking divine guidance can provide the clarity and restraint needed to navigate the situation. Psalms reminds us, "May these words of my mouth and this meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord." This underscores the intimate relationship between our words, emotions, and our quest for divine favor. Now, think about the human brain's ability to grow and adapt. This plasticity not only demonstrates our capacity to evolve and learn, but also suggests a divine design that underlines our existence. At the intersection of faith and neuroscience, we can discern a divine plan guiding our journey towards spiritual fulfillment, cognitive growth, and ultimately, a closer relationship with God. So, how can you apply these ideas in your daily life? How can your choices, words, and emotions shape your spiritual path? And if, by understanding the brain's mechanisms, its adaptability, and the power of words and emotions, you could find a way to decipher these divine messages? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And leave your reflections in the comments about this incredible intersection between neuroscience and spirituality. Do you believe the brain can be a channel for divine messages? And how have you worked to tune your mind and heart to God's frequencies? I look forward to hearing your perspectives. Until next time,